You look good. Why is your stomach red?
I don't know.
Okay.
Contact, nice to be in orbit.
All right, let's see your butt.
Hmm?
Show us your butt. Okay. Now cover the yellow. Cover the yellow so they don't see the yellow.
什么？啊，我知道，你说盖住这个。
嗯，对。
好了吗？
Yep. Okay, assume the position.
嗯？
Assume the position.
什么？
Get in position. Oh, the position on the bed. Get in the position.
听不懂。
你听得懂？
好了。
Yeah.
嗯
See me?
我也
Maybe my head's too high?
是的，要高一点。
Yeah, okay.
看不到你的。
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure we see your body.
嗯。
Want to make sure we see that fucking body. Can't put it too high. What is that? All right. Better? Okay, show your ass real quick. Let's just see what it looks like. Maybe we'll make a video after this.
打死你！
All right, ready?
没有，
It's okay. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. You have to make sure that you look over there too.
You
have to make sure you look over there too.
什么？什么？
Wow, English. Huh? Baby.
我的手都不知道往哪里。
Okay, ready?
好啦，
Yeah, but you have to look over there too. All right, guys. This is another segment of the How We Met series, the How We Met series, where I introduce you to a girl I'm dating and we detail how we met. Mostly it's cold approach pickup. And in this case, it was day game. Usually it's day game. I will have a Tinder coming up and a gym coming up and hopefully a couple night games too. But anyway, so this is how we met. So let's get into it. This is Becky or Hong Hong.
Hong Hong.
Hong Hong.
Hong Hong.
And I'll let her say, do you remember how we met?
我记得啊，
How did
我
we
当然
meet?
记得。
Can you tell all the guys out there and girls? How did we meet?
我们在地铁相遇，地铁站。对的。
Yeah, she's saying we met in the metro, but it wasn't in the metro. It was sort of, it's like in the underground between the metro and the mall. So it was almost in the mall, right? And still every time we pass that area, I like to try to make out with her and like play with her hair and stuff, which she doesn't mind. So one interesting thing about how we met, which is true, is she doesn't speak English. And she's taking lessons. She's getting a lot better.
你什么 ？Lead a few pieces of wood and some nails.
And we've been together for 6 months now. So just goes to show. And by the way, my Chinese has improved a lot. Is my Chinese better?
Yeah. 是的。
Because when we met, I didn't speak any Chinese either. Okay, so do you remember how did I stop you? What were you doing? Where were you going?
我要去吃饭。
Yeah, she said she was going to eat. And how did I stop you?
你怎么
How did I stop you? Like, what did I say? Or what did I do?
你说什么？你说我不知道你说什么。
I know you know. 你知道。我知道你知道。我说。
你说了，你说我很漂亮，有没有说我很漂亮？有没有？
没有。
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 那你说了什么？
为什么你不知道？ She said that I said that she was beautiful, which is not true. I did not say she was beautiful.
那你说了什么？
Okay, so you were walking and you had headphones in, right? Were you on the phone or listening to music?
听音乐啊。
You were listening to music? And how did I stop you? Like when you saw me, like she was coming around a corner and I was coming around the same corner. And from maybe like 6 or 7 feet away, I stopped her by doing sort of my classic day game approach, which is to say from a fair distance and keep eye contact, say something like hey, right?
Yeah.
So then I said, hey, take your earbuds out. Remember? And so
我记得。然后呢？
so you took your earbuds out.
是的。
And then what happened? What did I say?
然后你说你问我会不会英文，会讲英语吗？我说不会，一点点。
Yeah, but before I asked her if she spoke, that's really funny. She said that I said that, do you speak English? And then she said, supposedly, that's what allegedly she said a little bit. And that did happen. But first, do you remember I said,
你只有1分钟时间。
Yeah, I said, she's remembering what I said. So I stopped her from a distance and I said, hey, take out your earbuds. And she took out her earbuds and I said, hey, I only have 1 minute. I got to go to the thing. And she just like sat there and I was keeping eye contact with you, like looking in your eyes. And I said, I got to go to the thing in 1 minute. It's a false time constraint. I didn't have to go anywhere. Well, I was going somewhere, but I didn't have to go. I was more than happy to speak with her. And then I remember saying to you, sort of to break my state, because I was nervous. I was very nervous. I remember saying to you, damn, you look sexy. I said, damn, girl, you look sexy. No, I did. I didn't say she looked beautiful. I was like, damn, girl, you look sexy. Let me see that. And she was just standing there like this. Yeah. She looked really hot. I was like, how old are you?
Yeah.
And she was like, huh? Sort of like twiddling your hair. Like you were interested for sure. And then I said, do you speak English? And she said, a little, or idiendian, which means a little bit. And as it turns out, she didn't speak English. Now she speaks more than enough. But anyway, I used the false time constraint. I said, she looks sexy, probably sexy as fuck. Maybe said, let me see that ass or something. And and then I asked her if she spoke English. She said a little. And so I want to know, what was your initial impression of me? So what was the first thing you thought about me?
看到你的眼睛。
So she said that you liked my eyes. 你喜欢吗？为什么？ She said she was looking in my eyes. And then I said, did you like my eyes? Why? Why did you like my eyes?
因为你的睫毛很长。
All right, so she said I had nice eyes, but I think one thing that she's really getting at here, the reality behind this is that I kept eye contact with her throughout. I didn't break eye contact. And I remember her actually giving me several indicators of interest, IOIs. She was like doing what she's doing now, like twiddling her hair, laughing, giggling. There was real chemistry between us right away. Did you agree? Did you feel like there was like a lot of chemistry between us right away?
是吗？
Chemistry, like we liked each other right away. Did you feel like that? Or no? You did? So then what did I do next? I think I said to you, what did I do to make you feel comfortable? Oh, I remember. So then I asked you, how old are you?
是的。
Right? And you said, probably in Chinese, you said guess. And I think the way that I would ask her how old she is I'd say like, how old are you? Now I know how to say it in Chinese, but I didn't then. I'd say, how old are you? And she'd be like, huh? 听不懂
我听懂了，
没有啊，你听不懂。
我听懂了。
She didn't understand then. So
我听懂。
then you didn't understand. You were like, what? And I was like,
我说我
30. No, you did not say you were 30.
有。
I was like, I'm 29. I was like, 我是29. And then you were like, that's basically all I knew. And then you said in Chinese, guess how old I am. And I didn't know how old you were, so I guessed in Chinese 17. And she laughed, and it was never concluded how old she was, but I knew she wasn't actually 17. Then do you remember what I did? Because I didn't. In China, you get WeChat. You ask for WeChat. As you saw in the first video with Jennifer, you ask for WeChat. She said, 微信吗? Hey, you're beautiful. WeChat? I didn't ask. I never ask a girl. I didn't ask Jennifer for WeChat. She asked me. I didn't ask you for the WeChat. Do you remember what happened? What happened?
你问我有没有 Instagram?
Yeah, exactly. I took out my phone, and this is a really important trick. 我知道. She said exactly what I'm about to relay to you. So, if you understand Chinese, then maybe you're ahead of us here. But I took my phone out, and when I go to reach for my phone, a big mistake a lot of guys make is they look down. Just catch yourself doing this. Realize you're going to be doing this. They'll look down and they'll reach towards their phone, and then they'll look up at the girl after they have the phone. And you'll see then oftentimes a reaction from the girl, but it's too late. You'll see oftentimes she's not interested in exchanging numbers with you so quickly. You haven't really created enough momentum towards a number close or something like this. A lot of guys think the number close is the victory, and that's a major problem. You need to get that out of your head. You don't win when you number close, you win when you approach, and the number close has to come naturally out of the chemistry. Ideally, you get her chasing you and her asking you for the number like I almost always do. So the way I get a girl to do this, especially in an instance where there's a lot of chemistry and tension, but we have a hard time communicating for whatever reason, in this case, a lack of common language, I'll take out my phone and I'll look her I will look her in the eyes, and I'll take out my phone. And as I'm reaching for my phone, I'm judging her. I'm seeing, okay, does she give me indicators that she's not interested in exchanging numbers so quickly? And almost always that's the case. Even if she is interested in exchanging the number, I'll oftentimes delay. And my delay tactic is Instagram, or some other form. It's whether I want to show her a picture, like, oh, do you know what ice hockey is? I show her a picture of ice hockey. Or, oh, do you like Mexican food? Like, check out this Mexican restaurant. I show her a picture of the Mexican place I got, or like the carne asada I made, or whatever. In this case, I'll show her. I'll be like, oh, do you have Instagram? And I'll show her Instagram, and she's like, Instagram, what? And she looks at it, and she's like, mail. That means no, I don't have. It means I don't have. So she's like, mail. I don't have Instagram. And then and then I'm looking at her, keeping eye contact the whole time, and then I say, okay, I put my phone away. You need to get Instagram, girl. Like, you better have Instagram. Like, you're a sexy fucking girl. Like, you should have Instagram. You'd have 1 million followers. Like, I'll make you one. Like, we'll become famous. And now I'm just riffing off this sort of idea. Then we talk maybe for another few minutes. I go back to the phone. When she asks me, WeChat, typically almost right afterwards, if a girl's interested, she'll be like, 微信吗? Which she did, right? You asked me, you said like WeChat? Because I said, do you have Instagram? And she was like, no, mail. And then she asked me, she doesn't want this is very against the Chinese tradition that a girl would ask a guy for his number, essentially. But yeah, so then you said to me, 微信吗?
没有.
See, okay, but that's the story. Whatever she wants to say, if maybe we're remembering it differently, but we'll have to go on the CCTV cameras, which are everywhere. Anyway, so a lot of value here so far. A lot of lessons to be learned. False time constraint, eye contact. I stopped her from far. Motion, take out your earbuds. She took them out. The hottest girls are always going to be walking with earbuds so that the guys don't stop them. Stop the girl. Earbuds out. False time constraint. I got to go in just a minute. Body language is huge. I kept my shoulders square to her, and I looked her in the eye, and I spoke slowly to keep her interested, and because she didn't understand what the fuck I was saying. Then I mentioned, to help my state, I sort of mentioned to her, to make me feel more relaxed, damn girl, you look hot, blah, 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 blah. Then I went to the phone game. Do you have Instagram? Looking her in the eye. Male. Oh, you need Instagram, girl. Put my phone away. I knew she was interested at that point. Then she said to me, and of course I asked her, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to get food. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have to go. Like I said, I got to go, but maybe we can meet later. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. We talked for 5 or 10 minutes. How long? How long did we talk? How many minutes did we talk?
多久？5-6分钟吧。
5 minutes?
Yeah,
maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or more? Or less?
没有。
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember. Let me check my notes here. Okay, cool. So I have a good question for us. And to close on that, so then she asked me, do you have your WeChat? And I was like, yeah. And I did this is a super good trick. I showed her the WeChat, and then you remember you scanned my WeChat, and then I covered your phone, and I took my phone away, and I said, wait, do you remember my name? And you were like, no. She was all nervous and flustered. And I probably never even said my name to her. And then, because in China, they don't ask up front the name. That's not really appropriate in China. So I probably never said the name to her. So I asked her, do you remember my name? And pulled it back. And she was like, no, Male. And she was trying to think about it. And then very likely I pretended to walk away and then turned back around, back into the conversation. And I said, okay, anyway, I'll give you another chance. My name's Ryan, and created some contact maybe by like shaking her hand. Come here. No?
No, 没有.
What is this pinky thing you're doing right there? So maybe we didn't shake hands, but that's a good move to do, to create contact there. I think maybe I still thought she might have been 17 years old. Anyway, so, and how old are you?
30.
All right, she's lying again, but she said she's 30. Okay, so she's a little bit over 30. Anyway, a little bit over 30 on Girls' Day. Today's Happy Women's Day, everybody. Today's Women's Day as we're recording this. Anyway, so I just unpacked a lot there, and this all happened in succession over a very short amount of time, and it's something I've practiced and developed for years. Thousands of approaches, stacked rejections, but at this point I'm not really being rejected. At least when I am, it's sort of like a cold rejection. Almost never does a girl like just walk on by. And I realized that like her and I didn't even speak the same language, and I was still able to pull her. And so anyway, let me ask one more question. I have a few more questions, but one that I think is really interesting is, how do guys usually approach you? Like usually, what do they say to you when they approach you?
他们都说可不可以交个朋友？
So she said usually they'll say like, hey, do you want to be my friend? And they'll say what, like, can I have your WeChat? So will they say anything else? Like, will they say you're beautiful? Will they say, where are you going? Will they ask your name?
不会，
They won't ask any of those things.
我就走了。
Always you just say bye? So yeah, so she said that basically that the guys will come to her and be like, hey, I want to be your friend. Can we exchange numbers? Can we exchange WeChat? Essentially WeChat is like Facebook in China. And so everyone uses that to converse and make friends, whatever. And typically people are very free to give it up, except obviously smoking hot girls are more adamant about saying no and making a guy sort of like pass their shit test, as it were. So again, so how often do guys approach you? Like every week? Probably every week? Every day?
没有。
How often do guys approach you?
1个月，有时候没有1个月。
Once a month? No way. this is bullshit because like I've been dating her for I don't know how long, 6 months, and it's like every day I ask her like, how many guys approach you, and she's just like, one, you know. And it's like whatever. But and typically when she tells me a guy's approached her conversation about this guy is something like that he like walked with her a long distance without stopping her. Right? When a guy approaches you, oftentimes like he will walk with you side by side, and he will just talk to you, and he won't ask you for your WeChat until the very end.
微信
Yeah.
是吗？
He will ask you for your WeChat at the end of the conversation. Like now you're getting in the metro, and he says, "Can I get your WeChat?"
没有。
No. When does he ask for the WeChat?
什么时候？
Yeah, when? 什么时候 means when.
什么时候问我微信？
对。
不太懂你的意思。
You weren't listening. Okay, she just wasn't even listening. She probably doesn't understand half the shit I'm saying right now. Okay, so she's not just a pretty face, guys. She's hilarious and she's super smart and she's learning English, but I'm talking really fast. Cool. I want to ask you, what would your advice be? Speaking to guys out there, what would your advice be to guys out there? By the way, guys, Google Translate is you know,
什
key.
么？
I can go to Google Translate and say, what would your advice be to the guys out there? And then it'll say it in Chinese to her.
建议是什么？
对. It
什么
says,
建议？
can you read this?
你对这些家伙的建议是什么？
Yeah. What would your advice be to the guys out there? What would your advice be?
建议
Sure.
没有什么建议。
Come on, you have advice.
No， 没有，我又不是男人，我是女人。
Okay, good. She said, I'm not a man, I'm a girl. Yeah, but like, I did a good job. Right? Oh, I have another question. Did you ever go on a date with a man that you met like that?
没有。
No. It's not normal in China. Yeah. In China is very traditional. Girls almost never go for cold approach pickup. Typically, they meet through their family or through friends. And she's had 3 boyfriends before me. I think her first boyfriend was in her early 20s. And that's typical. So, and I know you're getting restless right now. So anyway, guys, like I just want to close this segment on how like us dating transpired. So then I went to meet my friends for dinner because me and my friends were getting dinner. Me and my guy friends were going to get this big barbecue dinner or whatever.
Let's go. Under. Hey.
What's up, Brad? Hi, boy.
You were going to eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And the day in China, they have several Valentine's days. So this was one of the Valentine's days of China, like Whiny Day, right?
Yeah. 520.
Warning. Yeah. 520.
520.
520.
我爱你。
Cool, yeah. 520 means I love you. 520 means 520. So it was like May 20th. So on this day, after I met my friends, and I didn't text her during this time, but afterwards I sent her a message inviting her to come out. I said, hey, today's a special day. I just finished dinner. If you'd like, we can go I'd love to buy you an ice cream. I felt a special connection. And she said, and I definitely layered it with like, hey, I normally don't do this so quick, but blah, 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 blah. So then she said, no, I'm already home. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's get together another day. I let it go for a couple of days. And I asked her later that week, do you want to get together on Sunday? I can meet you on Sunday at this time. We can go to Starbucks. That's where we met. Now, let's talk about really quickly when we met on that date. She came, she was smoking hot. Like, she was dressed to the nines. Like, you looked so good. and I was an hour late to the date because I was at the gym and it was packed. So I was just sort of, and I was like trying to keep her on the line more or less. But I kind of just, I mean, I date so many girls, I just shrugged it off. So, and a week's a long time when you have abundance, especially. So anyway, I went to this date an hour late. On my way out the door, I was like, shit, I'm an hour late. What should I do? What would my mom say that I should do? So I grabbed a Snickers out of my fridge and I ran to the date. I actually took a bike to the date. And when I got to the date, an hour late, you were mad. You were very mad when I got there.
没有，
You weren't mad? Why? I was 1 hour late.
因为我们俩是之前不认识，如果你那个时候是我男朋友，我绝对会生气。但是那时候你不是，
Okay,
所以没有感觉。
Okay, so she didn't really care. She's not used to doing this, so she didn't care. And I gave her the Snickers. I now know how much she loves someone who's funny, which every girl will say, right? Like, what do you love so much about me? Why do you love me? What do you love? You always say, what do you love about me?
我为什么爱你？因为你很搞笑啊。
Did I make you laugh? Yeah, because I always make her laugh. And so we met and I was making her laugh. We were vibing the whole time. I asked her how old she was. I actually recorded this conversation on video. Maybe I'll put it in here, show it to you guys and whatever. But I recorded this conversation on video because for my Instagram story or whatever, because she said, because I couldn't believe that she was 31 years old.
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
30.
She's 30. What the? She says she's 30. I don't believe her.
And I thought for sure she was like 17 or 18 years old. I even told a buddy of mine, I was like, I don't know if I should go out with this girl. Like, I think she's 17. And so anyway, I went to the date, and then from the date, I pulled her back to my apartment. We went up to the roof. And I went through my typical, you know, hey, are you adventurous? Oh, you're adventurous in using a translator. And we're holding hands right away. Remember, we were holding hands walking in the street, like almost right away. Why did you hold my hand right away?
你牵着我的手啦。
Yeah, exactly. So I just grabbed her hand, and it was just like she didn't have a choice, basically. And she was happy. Were you happy that I held your hand? yeah, that's hilarious. So we went up to the roof and take two. Good job, baby. 3 more left. You're almost there. Why are you holding on to that? And I don't want to go too far here, but I remember like we were kissing and we had like a very good connection right away, which you can't fake that stuff, guys. Like, I wouldn't suggest that you go pick up and especially go on dates with girls who you're not feeling and who aren't feeling you. You need to, you know, I seeded the date right away. I created tension right away. One of the first things I said to her was, you look sexy as fuck. Let me see that ass. I saw indicators of interest. I did all the things to get her to qualify herself upon meeting her. And, you know, I asked her out on a more formal date to ice cream, which is as formal. That's like dinner for me. I'm not going to take her out for dinner on the first date.
The girl's trying to figure out the.
Do you like these shoes?
No.
You said yes.
No.
You said yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
She's got her abs showing. Show us your abs. Show us your abs. Show us your abs.
No.
Okay, she's not going to show us. Penis. Penis. Well, that was a mess. All right, so We're back. The video went pretty long. I must have thrown a lot of value in there because I was going on and on and on. She's a little cold because she's not wearing too much. Is it cold?
你没觉得我的手冷吗？我的手
I
不
feel
冷吗？
hot. Am I hot?
我的手不冰吗？
我 No, you don't feel cold. Let me feel your feet. 这是牙。
你的嘴。
All right, look into the camera, girl. Cool. So the video got cut off because my SD card was full. And then I learned from some awesome kid on YouTube. I'll have to put his thing down in the info or whatever. I learned that he here, we'll do this. Is this on? Cool.
Come on.
I learned that he yeah, cool, it's on. I learned from this kid that he was like a 5-year-old kid or something, or 7-year-old kid, how to format the card so it's fixed. Anyway, long story short, it's fixed, and it cut off the perfect time where I was saying, don't take a girl out to dinner on your first date. Maybe invite her to get ice cream if you want ice cream and it's hot and it's a special day, or invite her to get coffee or tea or a drink. In China, they don't drink, so I knew that wouldn't work. You don't drink? Do you ever drink? No, never.
一点点。
No, never. She never drank. She drank like a sip of wine, then sure, she was all red and horny. Anyway, cool guys. Do you have any last words? Do you have anything? 你可以说一点点
说什么？
for the men. I said, do you want to say?
我当然想说，希望所有的男人对女孩子很好。
Wait, what did you say? What thing was wrong? I didn't understand what she said. Let me see.
我希望所有的男孩子要对他的女朋友很好。
She said, I hope all the boys are going to be good to his girlfriend. Yeah, me too. Especially on International Women's Day. Today's Women's Day. So happy Women's Day. Here it comes, her first ever break. Let's see. Say yes.
Yes.
What would you say if you met my best friend, Logan?
Happy birthday, Mr. Logan.
What? How did you know? How did you know it was his birthday? My God.
You tell me.
Whoa.
Roger, nice to be in orbit.
Say yes.
Yes.